It's a hard time now with COVID-19. I think that it's been a long number of months, and COVID-19 is still with us. We're learning to live with it, but we're also, I know, I'm a mom. I'm worried about kids going back to school, worried about aging parents, like so many Canadians. And even when you think about this clubhouse, you're not going to see kids running around together, shooting hoops by beside each other. That as we learn to live with COVID and adapt to COVID, we need to make changes. And we need to make changes that ensure that we keep people safe, that keep Canadians healthy, but that we also make sure we're focused on a good quality of life and programs that make a big difference. And having kids safe in schools, and making sure our long-term care facilities have adapted for the elders who live there, and also for folks that visit, and for people that work there. That we have learned some vital lessons during COVID-19, some critically important lessons. We know how to reduce the impact of the pandemic. We know better how to keep folks safe, how to save lives, and we're also focused on rebuilding businesses and creating jobs. I think we're all painfully aware of the need to improve safety for older people who are living in long-term care facilities. We know the importance of school for children, but we also are worried about how we keep our children safe. And I know many parents are struggling about what is the best thing for their kids this fall. As Dr. Tam has emphasized, COVID-19 is not going away anytime soon, and the practical measures that we take, the investments in public infrastructure to build up our communities, to address health risks, to create jobs, and to improve the quality of life as we live through COVID-19 is incredibly important. That's why I'm very happy to be announcing today that we're adapting our infrastructure program. We created a new COVID-19 community resilience stream. It's going to make it easier to invest in practical measures to make schools safer for children, to make long-term care facilities safer for aging people and those that work there. Also, to help enable new ways to get outside, to get to nature, to get exercise without putting Canadians at risk. We will be speeding up project approvals. We will be opening up new projects eligible for funding, including retrofits of schools, of long-term care facilities, new bike lanes, new natural paths, and recognizing the challenging financial situation for municipalities and provinces, we'll be offering a bigger federal share. To put that in context, this is $3.3 billion that is available to provinces and territories, $1 billion available right here for Ontario to help address the pandemic, to make communities more resilient, to work on keeping kids and aging parents and all of us safer, and also to improve the quality of life. What are practical things that folks need to think about? Right here at the Boys and Girls Club, you need to think about physical distancing. How are you going to get all of these kids in here, but in a way that keeps them safe? That means adapting some spaces. In particular, I found out bathrooms and kitchens. It also means better ventilation. All of these adjustments are practical measures that we can all take that ensure that we can still have kids having fun, that we can still have kids getting a decent meal, have kids have access to help for their homework, and build thriving communities. And one of my commitments is ensuring that we do that for communities that need it the most marginalized, racialized communities that absolutely rely on this type of infrastructure and these investments. And they deserve to be able to come here in a way that keeps them safe. Recognizing how important it is that folks have access to mobile broadband, mobile phone and cellular projects are now eligible for funding, as are intercity transit projects. The health and well-being of Canadians has been and will continue to be the top priority of our government. But this pandemic has affected more than just our personal health. It's also affected our economy. That's why Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced the $19 billion Safe Restart Agreement on July 16th. It includes billions of dollars for cities and towns across Canada to support frontline workers and critical municipal services. And incredibly important, it also provides support for transit operations. It's been tough for cities and towns across the country with lost revenues. And that's why we announced we will cost match more than $1.8 billion to support any additional provincial and territorial contributions made for public transit. Here in Ontario, the federal contribution to transit operations is $1 billion. We're in a time of transition and adaptation to COVID-19. The whole world is. Every dollar we invest, every taxpayer dollar we invest needs to do triple duty. It needs to keep Canadians healthy and safe, making communities more resilient. It needs to create jobs and create economic stability. And it needs to tackle the big challenges we have, like climate change and inequality.